nations of Africa to prioritize strategies for the sustainable development of Africa's blue economy. The Vice President, represented by Minister of State for Transportation, Prince Ademola, called for concerted efforts to make safety a priority. President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria's future relied heavily on education, noting that no society could grow beyond its educational attainments. The president said it was in consideration of such development that his government was determined to return teachers, teaching and the teaching profession to their rightful places. The president, who spoke at the commemoration of the 2022 World Teachers' Day in Abuja, noted that one of the major differences between healthy and well-functioning and prosperous and poorer society was education. He explained that his government was fully implementing the professional teaching and teacher qualification framework standards that would invariably impact on education outcome and teachers' performance at the preschool, basic, secondary and tertiary levels. The Debt Management Office has released its Federal Government of Nigeria bonds insurance calendar for the fourth quarter of 2022. The calendar contains a 720 billion naira borrowing plan for the period. According to the calendar, on October 17th, the DMO will open a 14.55% April 2029 bond valued at between 70 billion naira and 80 billion naira with 6 years, 6-month term to maturity and an original tenor of 10 years. The office will also reopen a 12.50% April 2032 FGN bond value at between 70 billion naira to 80 billion naira with a term to maturity of 9 years, 6 months and original tenor of 10 years. On the same date, the DMO will reopen a 16.24 2037 FGN bond valued at between 70 billion naira and 80 billion naira with term to maturity of 14 years, 6 months and original tenor of 20 years. On November 14th, the DMO will again reopen the 14.55% April 2029 FGN bond valued at between 70 billion and 80 billion naira with term to maturity of 6 years, 5 months. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has hinted on plans to deploy undercover agents to polling units for the 2023 general elections in a bid to cut down on the minutes of vote buying. The INEC chairman on Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, stated this in Abuja during a citizens' election dialogue. According to Okoye, the commission will deploy undercover security personnel on election day. He said the commission has also made sure that people do not enter the voting compartment with their mobile phones that can take pictures and has also collaborated with the different security agencies under the auspices of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security to make sure that plain-clothes security personnel is deployed to some polling units on election day to stem the issue of vote buying and vote selling. INEC, he said, is focused and determined to give Nigerians a good election. In terms of the issue of vote buying, the Commission has reconfigured the various polling units to guarantee the secrecy of the votes. Ramatu Aliyu, Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, has assured that the legacies of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration will be sustained beyond 2023. Aliyu said this when Mr. Ade Omole, All Progressive Congress Diaspora Leader and Director, Diaspora Directorate of the party's Presidential Campaign Council, visited her in Abuja. Ogunshoye said that Omole visited the minister to condole her over the death of her mother, Hajia Zainab Ali. He said that the minister thanked Omole for the visit, saying that her office would work closely with the Diaspora Directorate to ensure that the legacies of the Buhari administration was sustained. Ali also lauded her for leading the progressives in the diaspora in their quest for a better Nigeria and for being the arrowhead of the APC and the Buhari-led government in the diaspora. The House of Representatives has commenced the process of scrubbing and merging ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government with its ad hoc committee to investigate the duplication of functions of agencies of the federal government, commencing the move to reduce the cost of governance and ensure efficiency. The committee has consequently asked the MDAs to justify why they should remain in existence and as individual entities. At its inaugural investigative hearing in Abuja, the National Commission for Museums and Monuments, the National Council for Arts and Culture, the National Gallery of Art, and the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation appeared before the committee. The Director General, NCAC, Otumba Shegun Ronshewe, whilst being grilled by the committee, called for more powers to regulate reality programs such as the Big Brother Niger. He also recalled how he went after popular cross-dresser Idris, popularly known as Bobrisky. 2 persons have been confirmed dead and 12 vehicles burnt in a tanker explosion along the Ota Old Toll Gate in Ogun State. In a statement, the Federal Road Safety Corps said that the accident occurred early this morning when the tanker carrying petroleum motor spirit was ascending a slope, fell and went into flames. Men of the fire service were said to have been contacted immediately and the area was condoned to prevent secondary crash. Festus Keyamo says the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu will soon be back in the country. The spokesman of the APC Presidential Campaign Council made the comment on Wednesday following concerns raised about Tinubu's continued stay in the UK. Tinubu's visit to the United Kingdom has made headlines in recent times. Critics claim his absence when political campaigns has kick-started suggests there might be issues. Others claim the former Lagos State Governor is on a medical visit to the UK. The 422-man campaign list released earlier by Lalong had generated some controversy, but the party appears to be taking a second look at the list ahead of the official flag-off of campaigns by the Presidential Campaign Council. Residents of Anaku, the headquarters of Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State, have been trapped as floods has submerged the community and its environs. Motorists, residents and visitors to the area could not drive out of the area as long as the flood overflew the Onitsha road that leads to the area. The affected people yesterday called on the state government